Hey V, line them up.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to a brand new video. I know this is kind of weird to even be seeing a new video. Not as early as you guys were probably expecting, nor as early as you guys were probably hoping, but I'm back. I did take not really a 2-day break or a hiatus or anything. I was just really busy, and I was really trying to rack my brain on video ideas. I was going to do a discussion sort of video, my first discussion video yesterday, but ended up sort of not really chickening out, but I don't know, I just didn't really have the motivation to talk about what I was going to talk about yesterday, which was sort of a speed take style. Basically, I read off different sort of character versus character like titles, I guess, like Batman v Superman. Superman wins. I mean, that's not how I actually feel about that. I could talk about that in another video. But basically that sort of style video, right? That's what I was going to do. But I don't know, I just didn't really have motivation to do it. I didn't have the energy, and also I was just really busy. But I have actually mustered up the sort of enthusiasm and courage and energy to do my first discussion video, and also the first video of this week, even though that was supposed to be well, no, not the first video of this week, because I did drop a video on Monday. I totally just forgot what day it even was, so there you go. That explains why I didn't upload the past couple days right there. I don't even know what day it is. I'm that out of it. But I am still sane enough to talk about what I want to talk about in today's video. So you saw in the title, you saw in the thumbnail, you see on the screen right now. What is Sasuke, more specifically adult Sasuke from Boruto, doing in my face? Are we going to be talking about Sasuke? Sort of. First thing I guess I really have to address and sort of, I don't know, I guess really set the tone with is when I do these sort of discussion videos where I give my take or my sort of opinion on who I think would win in a specific battle or anything like that, I have to make it explicitly clear. These are my opinions. If you don't agree, that's perfectly fine. Everybody is entitled to their own opinions. If you don't agree, I would love to hear your take on whatever topic or battle that I decide to discuss for that particular video, because I love discussing these sort of things, debating these sort of things, you know, and I love to hear other people's takes. So if you disagree with me, please do not feel shy or anything like that. Let me know that you disagree. Tell me that you think I'm wrong, and tell me why you think I'm wrong. Tell me what your sort of personal opinion is on what I have to say. And with that being said, we can actually get into the topic of today's video, which is, first off, I do have a sort of versus thing that I put together on the screen. Sasuke versus, and if you don't recognize the dude on the left, perfectly understandable, it is Han Dewi from The God of High School. Now, I know a lot of people aren't really, not necessarily into The God of High School, but a lot of people aren't really educated on The God of High School. Now, I'm actually not going to necessarily get into the semantics or statistics is the wrong word. I mean logistics of what the God of High School is or who Han Dewi is. But I am going to discuss why these two are the two versus each other that I actually wanted to talk about briefly for today's video. Which, by the way, this is going to be a shorter video for future discussion videos where I sort of single out like individual character versus character battles. These will be a bit longer, but this one's going to be relatively short, or shorter than my other videos. So in my sort of absence, I was scrolling through different subreddits and I happened to stumble upon the God of High School subreddit. Now, the only reason why I even lingered near anything like this was because I did just finish the entire first season of the God of High School. I thought it was really cool, animation was neat and everything, and I was genuinely interested and curious in continuing the story before it's even animated by reading the OG webtoon. Thoughts on the God of High School, if you want me to give a more in-depth review, I can drop a video later on about that. Just let me know if you want to hear that. But if you know me personally, you know that I'm 100% caught up on the Boruto manga, right? So I basically know just about everything there is to know about the man, the myth, the legend, Sasuke Uchiha, right? Especially as an adult. He doesn't do much these days. But one interesting thing, because I'm sure you're wondering, how does Sasuke, specifically the version of Sasuke from Boruto, relate to Han Dewi from the God of High School in any way, shape, or form? Well, as I was scrolling through the God of High School subreddit just to see if the God of High School webtoons comic was even worth my time, if I should continue it, amongst all of the people giving it like crazy reviews and whatnot, I saw different people comparing some of the characters, well, not really comparing, but more or less putting together sort of character 1v1s between God of High School characters and characters from like other animes and whatnot. And the one that seemed to be getting the most traction and most very unhappy responses was Sasuke Uchiha as an adult from Boruto versus Han Dewi from the God of High School, which is what I have laid in front of you as the backdrop for today's video. Now, I'm not gonna lie, when I saw this, I had a little bit of a biased reaction in the back of my mind. I was like, oh, well, I feel like Sasuke would win. Easy, clean cut, over with. But I knew that to actually say that aloud and to actually like stand by that would be very dumb and naive and very biased and closed-minded, considering I'm not even close to the actual end of the God of High School, and it was present day Han Dewi, not the Han Dewi that I know from just the end of Season 1, who, based off of people's reactions, is phenomenally weaker than present day Dewi. So I was curious, right? And this makes me want to continue the God of High School even more, right? Is just this sort of, like every single person in the subreddit was like in arms about this, right? Like everybody was flaming Naruto, they were flaming Boruto, saying that the entire fan bases were trash. Naruto's trash, Boruto's trash, it's all trash. Sasuke would get clapped, he'd get blitzed, one-shotted. Dewi is like a literal god. Like, just a bunch of nonsense, or not necessarily nonsense, but just like a bunch of something, right? So I am genuinely curious to find out how powerful this dude Dewi gets later on in the God of High School. Genuinely curious. So I guess in order to sort of add to some information about Dewi, and to give you a little brief summary of what I know about him so far, Dewi is sort of like a normal dude, right? He enters into the God of High School tournament to get a wish to save his friend's life, because his friend is dying from cancer. Which, from this point forward, this is going to be some spoilers for season 1 of the God of High School. So if you are interested in actually watching for yourself and you don't want to get spoiled for anything, then please, just don't even watch the rest of this video, right? Okay, so basically his friend dies, right? Like during him fighting in the preliminaries of the tournament, his friend does end up passing to the cancer, which means that it's too late to save his life with the winnings of the tournament, right? So with that being said, he sort of, just decides that winning the tournament isn't even worth it anymore, but because of the main character, Jin Mori, and their friend Mira, who's also fighting in the tournament with him, he decides to keep going for them, and, power of friendship keeps him going in the tournament, and this, that, and the other. And, to get more in depth, the power system in the God of High School is called Cheryok. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just this sort of power system where literally they're described as drawing power from pre-existing gods. They literally fetch power from beings that are known to be gods, and they sort of borrow the power from these gods and use it as their own. And they fight with that, and that is what Cheryok is. I think I'm slightly butchering it. I know in Japanese they say it just a teensy little bit differently. They're like Cheryok. But ignoring my blasphemous pronunciation of Japanese words, pretty cool. The fights were lit and everything. Dewi overall as a character is he's a pretty cool character, not gonna lie. I do kinda get Sasuke vibes, and I do understand why people would compare the two. And I definitely want to make a follow-up video actually giving my take on who I think would truly win between, I guess, Sasuke present day, so the most recent iteration of Sasuke from the most recent chapter of Boruto, which, like I said, I'm completely caught up on Boruto. I've read all of Boruto. I've read all of Naruto. I've seen all of the Naruto movies. I've seen all of the Naruto show. I haven't seen all of Boruto, but then again, it's not even caught up to the manga, and it's mostly filler, like unnecessary, irrelevant filler, so I have no interest in even watching Boruto. If you want the full, authentic, legitimate Boruto experience that actually gives you those Naruto feels and actually is legit, do not watch the anime. Read the manga, right? Trust me, there are plenty of ways to get access to it, and Viz Media themselves, on their website, they let you read the newest chapter of their mangas for free every week when they drop. So yeah, just read the manga, right? But currently, where I know Dewi now versus Sasuke, right? Honestly, he's getting Genjutsu'd, it's over, right? Not only that, but we've seen in the God of High School, if anybody knows anything about it, people aren't exactly like bulletproof or anything, right? You can't just block swords. We even saw this when Daewoo fights this one guy that tries to marry his friend Mira. This dude is renowned as like the strongest and best looking martial artist in the world. Some ridiculous title that he has. And he like whips out a sword and goes to slice Mori, and Daewoo catches the sword with his hand, and you see that Daewoo like starts spilling blood all over the place. So clearly he's not sword proof in the slightest, right? So with that being said, you know, I mean, Sasuke could easily just use the Rinnegan and just Rinnegan teleport a sword into Daewoo, and the battle would be over right then and there. Not only that, but we know for a fact that Sasuke can perceive movements that are faster than the speed of light, just based off the fact that Naruto is faster than the speed of light, according to the data book when he dodged Madara's Light Fang. And, you know, and he was able to keep up with Naruto and has been keeping up with Naruto for all these years. You know, it's pretty easy to say that at this current point, Daewoo doesn't really stand a chance. But I will be making a more in-depth, longer follow-up video to this video talking about present-day Daewoo versus present-day Sasuke. And I do have a list still on different sort of, you know, character 1v1 battles that I do want to talk about, and so I will be dropping videos on them. Some of them are more comic book related, so I will be dropping those on the comic book days, and I will be trying to take less sort of, I don't even know what you would call them, break days or whatever. I wasn't really trying to take 2 days off this week, genuinely, and I did feel bad about not uploading. It's just I wanted to upload something Tuesday, and I wanted it to be discussion related to like the comics and everything, and it didn't really work. And then I wanted to upload a sort of, you know, Dokkan showcase of different units, you know, yesterday. That didn't really work out, but they did drop the EZAs for both First Form Frieza Prime Battle LR and Masked Saiyan. So I will be doing showcase videos on them sometime soon. Possibly I'll drop one of those tomorrow. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please look out for those future videos. And if you like these discussion videos, I do definitely have more of those coming in the future, but if you don't like them, let me know and I won't do them, right? I'll focus more on the gameplay stuff. I do have a new game coming in the near future that I'm going to be covering on this channel, not just Dokkan. I do have another mobile game coming, and I might have maybe that the newest Naruto game that is out. I might cover some of that, you know, just different stuff, right? And like I said, more discussion stuff and everything. I will do a follow-up video to this once I'm more educated on both sides, not necessarily Sasuke and whatnot. And I do have a list of character 1v1 discussion topics and stuff like that. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, drop a like. Let me know in the comments if you want to see any more of this, and maybe who you want to see me cover next. Please subscribe if you do feel so inclined. I will try and not take any more breaks. And with that being said, I'll see y'all next time. Peace.